back. You know what I'm saying? We go get this understood and stuff like that. Cause we got all day today. So we can go all day today. We live, we in a whole new template and stuff like that. So YouTube about to start changing how they give people like me views, and they about to start changing and opening up doors for me, and a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things happening for the people in the community and that I'm with and stuff like that. But for the most part, we got to help people understand the test and the game and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, which is this psyop that they got going on, as far as infiltrating y'all minds and stuff like that, and shaping y'all on camera, because that's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So, this is real spiritual warfare right here. This ain't just for no body that's just a regular human, peon, brain minded individual. No, this is going to be what is happening to you. You know what I'm saying? If you have a business, if you are a motherfucking entrepreneur, if you are a motherfucking content creator and stuff like that, and you online and you gravitating attention, you know what I'm saying? You could be gravitating more than you think and stuff like that. And that is the concept overall from a spiritual sense and stuff, because we ain't the body. But overall, you know what I'm saying? This is the process and the content that they're trying to push and stuff like that, far as these laws that they making and stuff like that. You're gonna start seeing why these laws is being made, why they're trying to call men women and stuff like that. Because as soon as we get to talking like that, you know what I'm saying, as soon as you get to talking about any of their key words on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, you will be visited by a motherfucking Mason. You will be visited by a motherfucking Mason. Don't take that lightly. And this is them from a speculative space doing this in where they don't have to come to you physically. You get what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to this. The average person, if they ain't no powerful spirit, they're not going to want to get on YouTube and express themselves, or unless they got something going on with their own alignment and how they move, and actually put the groundwork in to be somebody in the world. Now, the main people you are going to see that are online and stuff like that, look who got attention. So if they got attention, more than likely, 98%. Some of them are co-masons, and these masons and stuff like that, they're godly, like they're part of my family and stuff like that. And they know who they is and stuff as well. So they get attention online, but they're not necessarily doing it in the way that they want them to do it. They're doing it in a way that they kind of gotta do it with them, type shit. So we gonna break down this and stuff like that, so for the average individual can understand and stuff, why when you do feel an inflation of views come and stuff from a spiritual context, why that feels a certain way. And it do feel a certain way to a specific content creator. If you just some rinky dink old person that's online, that's just happy to be online and that's doing masonry anyway, you're gonna be like, oh, this is whatever. But no, it is a federal operation, you know what I'm saying, of masonry to shape and craft your character. Point blank period. This is about attention and stuff like that. And we fuse all that attention from them sun cycles, you know what I'm saying, from the furthest one to the first one. That's Saturn through the sun. You know what I'm saying? So authorizing your character and creating discipline around it will help you, you know what I'm saying, be an individual. Now, a lot of times we use that for ourselves and shit like that, but think about how the world is created, and if it's some order around it, there's already been some mathematical precision to help this thing carry on and carry out. Now, for that most part, for the most part, you know what I'm saying, going back to the main message. And shit, hold on. Damn, I'm on some motherfucking shout out to Flight, man. We get to motherfucking use this. We gotta fucking, because I had a point too and shit like that. Sometimes I'll be feeling like Flight and shit like that, but he's one of the characters that you can actually observe to see how to fucking ride these waves and currents and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So based upon natural vibration, you know, and resonate with someone, you gonna know how to do something by observing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But just because you know how to do something, that don't mean doing it as you. You know what I'm saying? So you always got to figure out why you're there and why your space is there. But anyway, I came to help y'all deal with the mental and stuff like that because that's where I get affected mostly and attacked spiritually. And this is real spiritual warfare. And I dare any Mason to come in my space or any Jew to come in my space, you're going to get motherfucking eradicated. I'm busy right now. Give me a second. Okay. So we're going to break all this down and why, you know what I'm saying, when you do get that influx of evasion, the actual spell that is going on at the moment, you know what I'm saying? Because everything happened in different realms and shit. You got the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. That's your physical, you know what I'm saying? Your individuality, what manifests as the physical. You got your 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, your thoughts and your feelings, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And then you got the essence of that, which is the spiritual, and well, that would be the 7th, 8th, and 9th dimension, right? You know what I'm saying? And those all have different transitions and shit like that, different interactions, different densities, whatever, but they're all forming one thing, and we all trying to interpret that through the body. So, you know, we all kind of like atmospheres and shit like that as well. And the more you can realize that, the more you can wake up and break out of your programming and shit. You know what I'm saying? So now when we get into this context and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? This is what I've been on fucking line about, been online doing, talking about these motherfucking internet psyops and shit for the longest and shit like that, because you know, this is the thing. YouTube is made for you to be you and stuff like that. So they really want to inflate this app with demons that wherever they're projecting as them, it's mixed in and mangled with their mindset and their processes, when that's not how it started. It started off as people being individuals. So now they got this thing called view inflation and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's an act of masonry, a mason, a son, and shit like that, that they send as one of whoever came up with this concept and their piece of sun and under their lodge that came to shoot y'all up with views and shit like that. And once your spirit interact with that space based upon you, whatever desire you in, they can bring that desire to the surface and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And it played out in multiple ways for different people. Some people, you know, it play out like, you know, it play out good. Some people it play out, you know, negative, depending on the topics and what they're into and what they're talking about and stuff like that. And for someone that may be uneducated, you know what I'm saying, hopping online, doing stuff, they may get a lot of views and shit and get inflated and feel pressure, you know what I'm saying, or feel just create scenarios where on camera they kill themselves and shit like that. Not physically, it can lead to there, but this is what they trying to get people to do, low key. Like they're trying to cause an accident where somebody died from getting views. So y'all got to be aware of that too, because they trying to just make somebody like faint and die or something like that. And then that'll be the concept of whatever golem they want to use and shit like that. But so you got to be careful on this YouTube and shit like that too as well, and understand the interaction. Now, if you, like I said, if you a person that's already in the Masonic design, you not even thinking about it like you doing that. But if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, you gonna feel something every time you get that inflation. I just told y'all I'm busy.
Daddy, Mommy said get our cupcakes.
Oh, get out right now. I'm busy. Y'all can get the cupcakes. I'm on live.
I know where that.
They call me to get the cupcakes. All right. Now getting back on track. So yeah, they're really trying to get somebody to get slain and stuff like that. That's how they got all these camera killers, but they're trying to get somebody. This is how they killing people too and stuff like that. Because what they do is your interaction with that cloud, once that Masonic, and it's something you got to believe yourself. It's not anything real. And that's the one thing that I want everybody on here to believe. Like, none of the shit that they're kicking is intelligence. None of the shit that they're kicking is true knowledge. None of the shit that they're kicking is it got a little bit of, it's manipulation, really shit. And it's shit that you gotta believe yourself and stuff like that. But you already know to participate, you gotta lie about shit. So why believe? Like, when you go to work, you don't give a fuck about that person and shit like that. Y'all just being there to get that check type shit. So treat YouTube the same way when they start giving y'all views. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing and shit like that. But essentially, they want y'all to build the world. So depending on how serious you take the views and shit like that, you could be in a Masonic concept of, like, when they come, like, oh, God is in a room. That's how they want you to think, like God is in a room type shit and shit like that. And remember, the thoughts and feelings manifest to the physical, yeah, shit like that. So that's how they. Let's just get to the motherfucking lesson and shit like that. So views. Let me tell you the witchcraft that they're doing. All right. So views represent attention, and because they control what it means to be seen, aka popular, in the demon world, of course, and one of their 5 pillars. So whether you're talking about business, education, religion, politics, if you not likely name a couple of these people in their algorithms and shit like that, or something that's going on within that, you're gonna get view inflation and shit like that. But it's an allegory of, like, one of their Masons coming to you in and kind of watching you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like when mama in the room and shit like that. You talking real good. Like, say you talking real good, right? You talking real good, right? And then they want you to think mama or daddy step in the room. That's really it and shit like that. And because you might not understand what may be going on physically, why you may react like that, but this is why. Because once you have too many blocks and limitations on your mind and your thoughts and feelings, that start to play out physically and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So we always need to express ourselves freely and shit. You know what I'm saying? If we block and limit it mentally, emotionally, 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension before we get to the 1, 2, and 3rd, we lose inspiration. So we don't have any way of seeing ourselves and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to see ourselves freely. Now, what don't make you see yourself freely? Things that have order, things that have discipline, things that have limitation, things that have. So when that energy clash with your thought and shit like that, or whatever you presenting, if you are an individual on YouTube, this not for the peon mind, but if you're an individual on YouTube and that thought is clashing with your shit, you know what I'm saying? It start to play out like blocks. So you, especially if you are already participating in the world. So like, blocks are created by the energy of stagnation when it comes to your purpose of being blocked. Okay, so that's what you need to know. Blocks are created by the energy of stagnation when it comes to your purpose of being blocked. So everybody's purpose is to be themselves, and people don't know how much they defeated on a lot of levels with being that and shit like that. So YouTube is like one of the places you can come and express authentically, and, you know what I'm saying, get seen for how the fuck you be and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And other platforms and shit. But on certain platforms, it has certain people on there, that on certain platforms you can get away with certain things you can't too. So it's always a guard that they're sending out, and it's like a Mason, and whatever that Mason is coming, that attention is gonna come with that fuel, aka that number, and that numerology behind it, and all the things that are filtered through. And don't even, you don't even got to get lost into the numerology of it, because it's just their way of thinking they're doing something. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like mommy and daddy stepping in the room. That's how you got to look at it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is them trying to be play your esoteric father and your esoteric mother and shit like that, and direct your motherfucking language and shit like that. And when it comes to that, I will, I will say, you know what I'm saying? If it comes to a place of government and shit like that, and it gotta be, you can't be yourself and get your and get and be yourself and be your spiritual self, that which permits when you're free minded and stuff like that, aka as above so below, you know what I'm saying, you manifest into the physical more free things. And I will say fuck everything. Fuck LGBTQ, fuck, you know what I'm saying, fuck all of fuck a Jew, like, you know what I'm saying. And it's not to like actually trying to be just because I want to say these things and I want to rebel, but y'all not respecting a person's spiritual gain at that point, or the way they speak, they are conducting their space, because they may be broadened and expanded and could bring a new view down here in a way where it flourishes. You know what I'm saying? In a way where it flourishes because they're free in mind and they don't have to uphold some responsibilities for a paycheck type shit. Because that's what it all comes down to. And this is how they can control y'all character and stuff like that as well. So once you have too many blocks and limitations on your mind, aka your thoughts and feelings, that start to play out physically. Okay, so blocks are created by the energy of stagnation when it comes to you having a purpose and shit like that, and that being blocked. And so it's already bad enough that it's blocked physically. It's only because we've been expressing more from these states of being on the internet, now that people are more into astrology, now that people are more into this, you know what I'm saying, now that, you know, because we found a way that was more freeing to do it, or free way to do it that made sense. And they want to, just like anything else, infiltrate that and control that, you know what I'm saying, because this is why it's manifesting, because we're doing it. And once we do it, it's going to manifest into the physical, whether through a person, place, or thing. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's always you trying to figure out how to have your own individuality. So it's always about you trying to figure out how to have your own individuality and stuff like that, even when you express it yourself. But when it comes to other people, aka, like I said, when they boost y'all up for attention, the energy, it might not even be people. Sometimes it might. Sometimes it be biops or psyops. But this is them wanting to, bringing up something for you to suggest to yourself that something is in a room and something like that. And that they're trying to say that's the thing that control you or whatever. And they can kind of create something around that to get you to manifest that type shit. And that shit ain't shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about trying to figure out how to have your own individuality. And we figured that out on YouTube and stuff like that. And we still trying to implement that in the real world. And they're trying to infiltrate our world. And I'm telling you, it's gonna get real dark if you come in my world with that shit. It's gonna get real dark, death. You feel me? All right, now. So attention play out like the sun. Okay, except in this concept, we know it's fake, so we know it's one of their masons and stuff like that. So we know it's a fake sun. We know it's one of their masons. So if it was a real attention and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, we already know it's a fake sun. You know what I'm saying? So this is their concept of the fake sun. They're the fake sun and shit like that as well. But you know, when you get attention, they're gonna put you in an aspect like you're receiving attention, right? And then once you receive the attention, you you're gonna realize that you're getting attention. So this is y'all energies clashing, boom, creating a sun and shit like that, that you gotta have your individuality in. But because they control the popularity aspect of what it means to get attention, once you already interpret it through your human aspect of filtering and numbers and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You're already thinking about these numbers can help me. These numbers can take me this, or this, I better do something for these numbers. And you're already reacting in that world and shit like that, instead of looking at it like it's a fake sun and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is, and let's say you already in the world so much that you got to do some of these things on a daily and pay attention to some of these things, like respect for these different names and titles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Respect for these different, let's say, and then that comes, then you get the boost of attention. You start thinking about your job. You start thinking about how you're gonna be seen. And then that's masonry. So then they control. You know what I'm saying? What you may think you getting from that, all type of shit. And so now, you know, so you, when that, like I said, when that comes in a room, that's one of their pieces of their God come into the room, because to have God in their context, is being successful and shit like that, is pretty much having their mind. And if you don't got their mind, then that's when you may be up against the worst. But yeah, and since God is a Mason, right? When you get, it's a Masonic view, you know what I'm saying? It's a Masonic view. When they give you attention and it's made up under their concept, and they play on a desire of what you need, based on you and the makeup of the world that you need, and the laws around it, and the things that you can and can't express, right? So it's a lot of things that's gonna come up. That's just like anything. This is 101 shit. This is 101. This is like basic speculative. I'm showing y'all how they built YouTube, and I'm also showing y'all how it can be free, and we can create a whole new nother land and shit like that, and a whole new nother space. But, and how I've been doing it a little bit. So once you yeah, and based on you and the world that they made up, the unique and the laws around that, aka the things that you can't express. So like I said, when you feel like you can't express things and can't express things and shit like that, that's based upon something. You know what I'm saying? That's something in your temple or in your room, or some type of boundary that you either receiving or you creating and shit like that. And a lot of times you base your reactions by default made up of this world. So soon as you get views and come to some conclusion or reaction like this is something that could help you, by default you react to that world. But don't, yeah, so you react to that world and shit like that. I'm explaining it the best way I can. So you react to that motherfucking world and shit like that. And yeah, but these motherfuckers is sick though, man. They trying to motherfucking off people online, man. Like, if y'all knew, like, it's already, is if y'all knew, these motherfuckers is crazy. These motherfuckers is crazy, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But yeah, so that's the thing. So their sun, their Masonic sun, is made up of all the things that you pay attention to, or a majority of the people pay attention to in the world, which is laws, government, and how to act in society and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, when you're in your space, YouTube gave you a platform to do that, but they're also counting on you to do that so they can see how to govern minds that be in this mentality as well. So one of the things they notice is that y'all like attention. So they gonna infiltrate attention. So once you get attention and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to give you, at first it may be a false responsibility, it may be a lot of views and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, that you may conclude and shit, or bring in and stuff, or I mean not conclude. I don't fucking like this language. I'm beyond the body, I'm beyond the flesh, I'm beyond the mind too, so just bear with me and shit like that. But um so you know, they're gonna give you some things at first, you know, and it might be fake to see what you suggest to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then once you pass that motherfucking test and stuff like that, of getting those types of views and seeing, okay, this person not suggesting something to themselves based upon us detecting, you know, when they do get these views, can they retain an audience? You know what I'm saying? Is how the audience interacting with them, how's the body language, what was the, they be watching, they probably be watching live too and stuff on certain individuals and stuff, because it's only certain people with certain minds that they got to maintain. Everybody don't got this type of mind and shit like that that I got, and other individuals like me. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know your spirit is your space, and you want to keep your space clear and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And this is teamwork made the dream work. Yeah, they created it and stuff like that, but they host it and stuff, they control it and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be nothing without what we making up out of it and the individuals that's in it and stuff. So we always need to remember that when we on here doing our videos or being whoever we want, we should be, and also playing the game too. I understand that's the thing. You got to play the game too, and consistency, because they make it hard too. That's the thing. That's another way how they control y'all. You only think you need views and stuff like that because of what? Money and stuff like that. So obviously when you get views and that's a rush of views come in from a certain point of view, your reaction is already going to be in the world of, oh, this could help me. And once you in that reaction of that world and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and you entangle in that world, that's when they got you. Now you have to abide by those laws, those motherfucking the police there, you know what I'm saying, the citizens there, you know what I'm saying. This is the real spiritual shit. This is what they doing. This is how they building the world from the mental perspective, from the mental concept. And you got to be a strong ass spirit to know how to be an individual here, be an individual in this space. This is beyond just money. This is beyond just, you know, human shit. You gotta really know how to be. If you ain't even doing this in some way, then you know, let's say you do TikTok or some, or Facebook or whatever. It's the same shit. It's just in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get views or whenever you look at that like that's the right thing to do, because why? That's gonna make me money. It ain't never because, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can use me as an example. I made the Get On Up Big Sean video 7 years ago. The only thing different is that he got picked. He can't rap better than me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, shout out to Big Sean. I want to do a song with Big Sean though. But still though, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If you don't have the certain character and shit like that, you're not gonna get in that seat, because they need to know that you can lead people blind type shit and make sure people don't be having thoughts like this. That's why they not going to inflate this video. But they inflate a video where I got an astrology title and it's cool and it's, you know what I'm saying? But my page wasn't, not even for that. Fast chasing that dragon will lock you in their cage. Fact chasing that, yeah, right, exactly. And what they do is basically whatever you get attention for and stuff like that, pay attention to your house that you're getting attention in and stuff like that, because that's the order that they go want you to play out. But it's always gonna get sucked in their vortex of how it should look, and it may confuse your mind a little bit about how you should go about things when you're actually doing it and stuff. So you may feel naked a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta just keep admitting, you know what I'm saying? And keep, because this is, and that's that. Then they either gonna leave, you know what I'm saying, or stay and shit like that. So, but yeah, so that's the thing. So y'all gotta be careful, man. They trying to make y'all manifest negative events, negative events. So now it's like every time you talk about these concepts in real life, you know, they have a chance to be infiltrated. They got a chance to be viewed at a certain way. You got a chance to be looked at as somebody just because they got a certain character or following. They can be doing the exact same you doing or a lesser way, but you will be getting less views than that person, and they copy you and shit like that. So like I said, use me as an example with the Big Sean shit and the Drake shit. They had to been watching my video and using me and stuff like that because I have a certain energy. It ain't really even about no motherfucking views. They don't care about shit like that. They care about energy and character and what needs what is powerful enough and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because this energy and character control a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why celebrities be copying what I'm doing. All the time. All the time. So we gotta understand this age of Aquarius thought and stuff too. So we don't get trapped into shit. Every day you look up on the shit and you get that attention and you want to go viral and stuff, and you really damn your spirit for not being viral. This is you telling yourself you're not good enough for their light. And if you really believe that, like that really even matters or is really even a good concept, you know what I'm saying, in real life to be up under, then this is how they trick you and stuff, and you kill yourself, and now you living for them. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people give up on their talents. Can you stop, please? I'm busy right now. I'll give it to you when I'm finished. No, I'm not. I need you to be patient. Kids, get out of here, please. Yeah, but yeah, so and yeah, and so you might not even know why you may attract individuals. You might not even know why you may be online and communicate. You might not, but you may feel inclined to. You know what I'm saying? This is something in your spirit telling you that it's worth doing. It's worth getting attention here because, you know what I'm saying, you might not know how you're being used, but others may be using you in ways where it may be helping them and stuff like that. And if you don't know that and shit like that, usually they can take advantage of characters like that because they'll make it seem like you should be getting something back from their world, yet you helping the world function in the community for real. You helping people with their mind for real. You helping people with their spirit for real. You helping people move forward in their talents and gifts and abilities for real. You get what I'm saying? So is you doing way more, and all they trying to do is block and stuff. So yeah, that's all. So they're doing the psyop too on YouTube, trying to fuse people, is trying to get you to suggest something for yourself. So that's what they started off at the bottom spectrum, where you need to suggest something to yourself, whether it's to respect their laws and government. I'm just here to tell you that ain't got nothing to do with spirituality or morality for real. That's what I'm here to tell you. Like, we understand the facade. We understand we have to put up a facade because that's how y'all crafted government. For us to participate, we got to say these things. But spiritually, that shit don't mean nothing. That's what the fuck we need to get clear. So we can know that we're doing some fake shit. And when we know we doing some fake shit, you know what I'm saying? We can know that we not to take that serious, right? Because if we got a heavy mind state, we're gonna manifest heavy waters. No, we can do it in better aspects. We only supposed to take it serious for what it come for. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to challenges and shit like that, when it comes to this is what I use astrology for. You know what I'm saying? When I need to implement shit. You know what I'm saying? When I need to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not astrology. The spirit ain't nothing. So this is just for them people. So now you know, okay, why I don't want to get on the internet and stuff like that. And with my mind frame and stuff, because you may feel the cloud of it being psyop. It is being done in different ways. And it ain't supposed to be like that. It ain't supposed to be like that on YouTube. It ain't supposed to be like that in real life. Life supposed to be open and free. So please stop. Don't block me, then have somebody copy me, right? And that and try to lock me out of the mission. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. And when it's about spirituality, fuck a time, fuck a schedule, fuck a day, nigga. You can get it any moment, nigga. It can be at your doorstep. You know what I'm saying? So please don't play on that level. You know what I'm saying? If you come to my live, you coming to expand your motherfucking spirit. You coming to transform. You coming to let go and release all this dumbass shit you done had on your conception about life. You know what I'm saying? You actually enter in the world of Sito. You can participate. You can know how to deal with yourself in reality and the aspects around you and how to deal with your mind. You know, you can run your family, you can run your situation, and you can keep growing and learning from others. And that's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming here to get pandered to or to have your ears tickled. You know what I'm saying? Or to be under some concept where I'm entertaining for you to motherfucking just enjoy yourself. Oh no, you need to know that you're a part of a real world mission and shit like that. Just like the CIA and shit like that, the FBI and shit like that, they be infiltrating these and using real people as real world missions to get rid of their concepts and their mind ideology so they can follow a system and damn their spirit. You need to know that you're a part of that on a lot of levels. And if you watching me, you know, I'm just in a more expanded version out of that. But everybody in the world got some Masonic concept on their mind when it comes to living an aspect. And this is how they keep people in jail. The mind, the spirit, create the mind condense, create blood flow, and creates the body. We use all these things to represent ourselves, but we not this. So that's what you learning. That's what you experiencing with me, the group of souls I be with. And the motherfucking energy that we come in and to present into the world, and learning what you experience so you can be a good motherfucking spirit out in the world, at least with yourself, not get true drowned out by fake popularity and shit like that, and sell your soul, aka give away your character for the aspect of, you know what I'm saying? The YouTube is them trying to do the mental realm. Your job and shit like that is them trapping your physical realm and shit like that. And so you got both. You know what I'm saying? Or the way you express yourself is them trapping your physical realm. You know, but like I said, we got this. They're trying to limit and construct character around how we do this, but that's when they gotta realize they just entered hell. You get what I'm saying? And that's how you do that shit. So yeah. You get it? When we create a view, when we view something, right? Let's say I view myself getting over and getting monetized, right? That's a purpose. I'm gonna add to that. The spirits is gonna add to that with their light and as well, and they gonna let me know if it's good or not. That's all of us doing our God concept, teamwork, make the dream work, whatever. That's gonna lead into other spirits coming on and accumulating, etc., etc. So if I'm getting distracted on the way, you know what I'm saying, and crafting my character, then I'm not allowing what I originally came for and my message, not even what I'm in teaching, but it's within my character to be detoured and shit like that and stuff, and I'm modifying myself certain ways and whatever, and showing and feeling blocked spiritually, then spiritually, right? Then I'm gonna feel blocked. Eventually, them thoughts and feelings gonna manifest to me feeling blocked physically. And it's gonna be hard to get up out of that if I don't realize that's what's happening. You know? So this is the real fire. This is the real ablaze. This is the Aquarius age. So, you know, have no fears. Sito is here. Okay? So, if you are online as a content creator, you are getting done in this psyop. Some may be aware of it, some may be not. Some may get attention, be like, all right, let's be more demonic. You know what I'm saying? And they just go at it, they blow up and stuff like that, boom. And they get their money and shit, but later on down the line, they just realize, like, man, someone right about that. Some people get it, right? Some people get this Masonic view, and if they're a radical or whatever, they already know how to put you in a concept where you lock yourself up or you manifest yourself into some situation where you kill yourself or something like that. Whatever. This is what they're doing to every single person online. I'm telling y'all, this ain't no game. This ain't no game. Okay? Things that happen in the mind are powerful. You know what I'm saying? And they affect you in ways just like you don't know how it affected you when you was a youngin', how when your pops or your people wasn't around or whatever. But you start realizing like, damn, that affected me. Or like, you know, or somebody do some witty shit to you or treat you remember that shit like, damn, that affected me type shit. This is what they're doing. And it don't make no sense. And it don't make no sense. So just know, I don't care if you're an audience of mine, start watching these people. Whoever you watch, understand that when they do get views, they are going to modify themselves a certain way, right? But watch where the integrity goes. You know what I'm saying? Watch where the you know what I'm saying, what they're trying to craft you up under. And a lot of that should be just symbolism. You gotta watch that shit, man. You gotta know about that shit. Know about symbolism, know about how you getting used. You know what I'm saying? This is why you get programmed to think it's cool to do certain shit. Why you may get programmed to put on a dress, but you may see it as normal and stuff like that. That's good. You're under a Masonic concept. That's the whole point. You don't see nothing wrong with it. Not saying that example is what I'm saying in itself, but I'm just saying the mentality of it. The mentality of it is that that's good. You don't see nothing wrong with it. So therefore, if you don't see nothing wrong with it, then you just kill sheep and yourself. That is the witchcraft. It don't. It's nothing more or nothing less. So just know if you're a content creator and stuff like that, you getting you getting views and you get a little boost, you getting visited by God and shit like that. God gonna handle all your problems and stuff like that. Long as you obey. That's how they want you to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, you gotta obey their laws, their business, their religion, their education. If you don't do that while God is in a room, they want you to feel weird about it and they want you to develop mind states of you doing something wrong. And thoughts and feelings become reality, become flesh, right? If you're in a nervous space and shit like that about what you're doing, when something later down the line and shit like that, being nervous is normal. So let me not over exaggerate nervousness. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got nerves. But if you're in a spooky space or about something or you scared of something, right? When you go through life, you're going to live that out in spooky ways. You know what I'm saying? You're going to live through Christians like a Christian, like scared of everything. You in a spooky space. You get what I'm saying? If you don't have those concepts and stuff like that, you may live differently, you know? Especially if you got some real God knowledge in your life. But this is them, but if you online, this is them visiting you and stuff like that, coming into your room and shit like that because you're saying certain words or you're maybe showing a certain character where that's what they need to psyop on and stuff like that and fuck up your videos and fuck up how your train of thought and shit like that. That's what it's about and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So motherfucker, y'all motherfuckers push forward. That's what I'm saying. Everybody push forward. Don't let up. They want to take it there. We know what's going on now. We got the mind for it. Push forward. We can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't really nothing to be over exaggerating about. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker use arms and forces and shit like that. Motherfucker, we gonna use speculative weapons too. And your first weapons is your motherfucking chakras and shit like that. And the ability to create adrenaline. And they don't know where you create an adrenaline at and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They know about that psyche and concept, but you know, depending on how you create that shit, you know what I'm saying? You in a fight with these motherfuckers and you ahead of them, you may pull out the weapon and stab them in the neck before they do. You know what I'm saying? So if they know you're not in that space and stuff like that, this is them doing that to you. You know what I'm saying? Creating that adrenaline where when they do come in contact and physical or something like that, you actually get motherfucking killed by one of these motherfucking Mr. Andersons. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know your stars and shit like that. That's why I can't even be tweeting about the stars. I gotta be the star. I gotta use the stars as weapons now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta use the world as my bitch. That's what I feel. And then I just for motherfuckers to clear up the shit I'm trying to do. And the people that I'm trying to fuck with and be in craft, shit like that and shit. Make sure all the shit is nice and stuff like that. You know. But yeah, man. So stay spiritually protected out here. Remember, it's a spiritual war at all times. And if you ain't seeing it like this, your whole concept is kind of just under some la la land masonry. We all good. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of comfortable with how life going and how regular life is. You know what I'm saying? You probably ain't really trying to change nothing. You know, but you know, if you are into these things, you know, you need to see it because they need to see how good your character is so you can promote what? Their brand. And all of their brands have celebrities, and all of those celebrities live under what? Their laws and government and how to be good citizens and Masonic concepts. That's really it. So when we say like the sun ain't a fireball, it's a product of our atmosphere colliding with that atmosphere, and we got different transitions of that atmosphere. Right now, that atmosphere that we call in the sun is in summertime. Why? Because we know when we interact with it, you know, it produce more fruit. You know what I'm saying? More life. You know what I'm saying? More wind, and wind create pressure and heat and shit like that, and it condense more flesh. So we may actually start doing shit more and manifesting more too, and stuff. And that sun that y'all calling the red ball and stuff like that, it ain't even a red ball. But it got different transitions too, where it we experience it from its winter when it's facing winter too. When it's in the winters, when we interact with it in its winter, and it's more away, distant from us and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We get not a much life. We get like a lot of snow and a lot of death. So because I hold a lot of these energies, Aquarius, Capricorn, and stuff like that, that's the energy that I actually be in a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I be very separate. I'm not really lost and wet and made enough chakras to condense with the world to be in that world as much. I be in Sita world. You know what I'm saying? I be in my own world and stuff. And I always know how to separate, you know what I'm saying, due to the stuff that I appreciate and value, which would be my motherfucking Archangel Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I see the other side of it. So that's one thing. But I'm just tired of motherfucking being blocked, and I ain't finna be blocked, and it's finna be some major motherfucking consequences going on in this bitch on the motherfuckings. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be major fucking consequences. Don't fucking come over here trying to psy out. You know what I'm saying? When you get in my space, you get, or the real universal law. You know what I'm saying? And you be free and not even have to worry about them problems and shit like that. But, that sun, you know, that's only happening because it's an atmosphere, right? Colliding with our atmosphere. When you have atmosphere colliding, that creates wind. Wind rises, that creates pressure and shit like that, accumulation and shit like that. The transition and it motherfucking transition into shit like clouds. You know what I'm saying? On a lighter sphere, that's gonna be the sun. That's gonna be that motherfucking shit we all inside of creating, emitting and shit like that. That's beaming with our shit, creating refraction and shit like that type shit. You know what I'm saying? And we always going to the motherfucking left and shit. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what we left behind and shit. So we spinning to the left, so you know that it's going right. If I don't like the operation, hit them with a shite. That's why it's always, to do something new, it always seems like you gotta separate. New left field, right? To do something right, that's like getting something together. You know what I'm saying? Or making something right, keeping something close, and shit like that. Togetherness. So that's masculine, feminine energies and shit like that. Opening the motherfucking gates. So yeah, there will be no motherfucking blocks in this motherfucking space. You know what I'm saying? I see everything. How they wanted me to do that was just take it and be nervous, or ironclad spirit. No way we could breach these guys' beautiful things. Shout out to Witch Hunter. You know what I'm saying? That might be a Mason and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm starting to think Witch Hunter or Mason a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They be having Masons everywhere, man. What the fuck? Retardation spells. You know what I'm saying? What poems is you trying to say? Iron class spirit. So you already calling your spirit. So you calling a spirit iron. No evil can breach these gates. It's a beautiful thing to become who you want to be. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some grace a little bit, but I was gonna fry you a little bit because I don't know who you is and stuff. You like a new name. I'm gonna give you some grace. I'm gonna give you some grace. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some grace. No, that's how every Mason gonna feel. Like I'm giving them grace in my space. It ain't gonna be y'all in some intimidation energies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all witchcraft ain't shit. Witchcraft ain't shit. But yeah, so we just broke that down. We keep it in a motherfucking in real life and shit like that. So, like I said, that's how we create the motherfucking sun. You know what I'm saying? And we try to find our individuality. You know what I'm saying? And bring motherfuckers to our world. Don't let no motherfucker create no false ass synthetic world and shit like that. And stuff, and make this seem like, man, that shit ain't got shit to do with importance. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm starting to think they was a Mason. I think they got up here out of here, y'all. You gotta be watching. These people be coming on here trying to be your friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? So show me something, man. Show me something. See, out of the fact that driver, like, oh damn, man, no Masonic match here, but the fans still good. Never get a chance to catch up. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to see, like, you know what I'm saying? But a fan is still good. Still probably you got off me on still good. You probably still got a little Masonic mind and shit. A little bit, maybe a little bit. But we'll check you out though. You know what I'm saying? Stay in tune. You know what I'm saying? Stay in tune. Stay in tune. You know, we're gonna see how you coming. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here, motherfucking share that message. Let everybody know how this motherfucking shit is going on. So watch out because they are, trying to craft, mentalities and minds through operations and uh, operational variables and mathematics and stuff like that, all type of shit, man. So stay down till you come up, motherfucker. Get these motherfucking weirdos out your space. Step on these niggas as soon as they invade. You feel me? Make sure they know. Make sure they know. Don't talk about shit spiritual. You know what I'm saying? In your space, unless it pertains something to you, and that can really benefit you in the spiritual sense. But you gotta have a spiritual starting point for that to even be. All right, but yeah, I'm off, man.